Hello, this is Sarah Ayler from softflexcompany.com. And I haven't done a video all by myself in quite some time. We've been doing so many fun live beading parties with our friend Danielle and Cassandra, and we had Abby on, and it's just been a whirlwind of activity. And so I'm kind of excited to have the whole program to myself today. We are kickstarting a great sale. We're doing 25% off on our 2022 Spring Summer Pantone collection. And so basically that is based off of 4 of our Softflex wire colors, our beautiful bone, our fluorite, our tanzanite, and I think it's our white quartz. That's the 4th color. Maybe Thomas can double check that for me because I was in a rush when I was jumping on, but I think that's the 4th color. And so there's going to be a collection of beads and all sorts of things, including the wire, in that category that you can get 25% off on. And we chose that category because on Friday, we are going to be doing the Great Bead Trade with our friends over at Great Bead Extravaganza. 10 of our 14 presenters have traded product to make one big kit, and everybody got the same kit. I put them together and with help from my coworkers, and sent them out to all 10 different presenters, and then we're paired up. And so I will kick off the morning, Friday morning, with Cynthia from Green Girl Studios. We will open the kit, look at each item, and then go over a list of special deals from all of those fantastic companies that are contributing. And then it will go throughout the day. You'll get to see pairings of really excellent designers using the same products. And then we have a fantastic deal starting, and it starts now with our coupon code, which is TG, the Great Bead BT. The Great Bead Trade, TGBT, is the coupon code for that 25% off. Anybody that uses that coupon code through now and next Monday, through today, which is Wednesday, through Monday, you are entered to win one of these bags. And most of the presenters are going to be using that same coupon code or some method to track their customers. So the more presenters that you make a small purchase from, the more entries you have to win one of the Great Bead Trade kits that are left over. There's 4 of them. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. We're going to see pairings of Nilay and Jill, Kristen and Christy. I'm kind of excited about that one. Andrew and Jamie. And then who is the other pair? Kay and Tracy. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you can find all of those videos on the Great Bead Trade Facebook page. And then I'm sure we'll share it into the Facebook group as well. And then I will share all of them onto the Softflex Company page for you guys too. So you can check them out there. It's going to be a great day. So clear your day on Friday or clear your day on Saturday and watch it on replay, because it doesn't go old. It doesn't get old. It's fine to watch it later as well. Okay, so for us, coupon code TGBT, the Great Bead Trade, that's what you think of. The Great Bead Trade is 25% off on the 2022 Spring and Summer Pantone collection. And you'll see a big banner for it right on our homepage at softflexcompany.com. We contributed some products to the kit that fall in line from that category. And then other exhibitors or presenters also sent in products, and the theme of the entire kit was Very Perry as the color of the year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very, very jazzed about it, as you can tell. Okay, let's flip down to my table and take a look. I have nothing planned today. I felt like it was a good day to just kind of play with some of the new things we've been getting in and enjoy. So here's something really interesting. I did this project for the Jesse James Beads and Blooms last Friday. Did any of you guys attend Beads and Blooms last week? So this was a brand new design for me, and I had been given just a bead mix from Jesse James Beads to use with our rotochrosite wire, which Sarah knew she wanted to put in the kit. And it was the week that we had our butterflies hatching in our science lab. And so I had butterflies on the mind, and I ended up coming up with this really neat butterfly shape using the flower as the center. You can see a quick version of this on our Instagram page in the Reels section. And it's a lot of fun. There's also a little sketch of it on Instagram if you want to take a look and check it out. I see Gail says Beads and Blooms was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm so glad that you were able to do that with Jesse James Beads. So that's how it turned out, and I just kind of love it. Really, really sweet, very cute design, very springy. And then last week, I also did a Instagram reel using some of these very colored crosses with some beads from our bead mix, the 2022 spring summer bead mix, which I still have a lot of stuff left from. So I might use some of that today to make something. But I thought the colors married so nicely together, just like they do in our trio. It's kind of a reflection of our trio, basically. And I made these little corkscrews, the bottom there, using craft wire, and then just did like a little link at the top, and that allowed them to kind of sit in the front. Such a really nice bead. These beads are actually on closeout, and they come in 4 different colors. So you could make this in a lot of different colors. And then just a real simple clasp. If you want to see a quick tutorial of that, look for it on Instagram or on TikTok. It's on both. Oh, thank you, Susie. Susie says that color combo is so pretty. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate that. So for today, I just kind of wanted to play around. You know, I haven't used any of these cube beads, rectangle cube beads that I'm been just kind of in love with. So I've been thinking about those a lot. We also have chain that I haven't gotten a chance to play with and use. I barely touched my bead mix. So I've been thinking about that. I have some of those leftover beads, cross beads in there too. Thinking about that a little bit as well. If there were some beads in here that I might want to incorporate into something, like these beautiful, like very soft, creamy tassels are so luscious. I really love those. And there's this beautiful piece here that is in that bead mix. I've got a couple of those still. And yeah, just like a really nice, this is what I have left over. There was more in the mix to start with. This is my leftovers. So I might want to use those for something. I don't know. I'm kind of getting drawn to this big chain. The idea of this big chain is kind of fun. What if I were to do some dangles off of the chain and then just do some wire up the back? I think I'd want to take this one. I'm going to cut this one off and just do the 2 smaller. Let me see. Let me get some tools out. Let's get to work, right? How's everybody doing today? What have you guys been up to today? We made I'm going to snap my cutters is what I'm going to do today. We made a Great Barrier Reef today because we are visiting Australia and homeschool. And I did a lot of email cleanup. my poor inbox was a mess. and tried to get ready for the video today. Just get in the right headspace for being creative. We have a live sale running on our Facebook page. You can find it pinned at the very top for part 1, and then part 2 you'll have to scroll down a little bit. It's open through Thursday night at midnight. So if you're interested in checking it out, you should. There's a lot of great pieces from Tierra Cast, some really nice ocean pieces that I think a lot of people would really dig. Okay, so what do I feel like doing? I kind of feel like doing like some dangles off of this chain and seeing where it goes. And I might just do it. Let me move up so you can see. I'll just do, I want to get in my colors, my 4 colors here. So I'll do something like that, maybe. That might be more like a pendant. No. Let's see how this ends up coming together. Let's start with what's easiest and work our way through. So this is easy to just attach. And this again comes in that 2022 bead mix. And I'm just going to throw that on there. Start with the easiest thing, work your way out, right? That's what I usually like to do. I'm going to throw in some color for sure. I like this piece, so I'm just going to take a head pin and put my little bead on there, quick and easy. And then I want to make sure that I make my loop big enough to fit over my chain. So I'm just going to come in maybe 2/3 of the way down my plier. And I want to be just a little above my bead and go ahead and make almost a 90-degree angle. Wrap around to create the first side of my loop. And then come around all the way to finish out the loop. Now I may have to open it up ever so slightly to be able to slip it on here. Let's see what Cindy says. Stayed up late beading, working on my first Love is Love project. Oh, what a great mystery kit. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Cindy. We put a lot of love into that kit. No pun intended. We put a lot of love into that kit, and it's a really special one. And I'm very excited that you're using it, and I can't wait to see what everyone ends up making with that kit. If you haven't gotten a Love is Love kit, they are still available. Same with the pool party kits. We made extras this time, so hopefully it'll be available right up to the event, which is at the beginning of June. But you can get your kit from us, the supply kit, and then get your bead kit from Jesse James Beads. And we're going to do a little pool party celebration. Yeah, okay, I'm liking that. I'm going to do like a bunch of dangles. So I think I'll do maybe this white one on this side. And we'll just keep building and see how we like it, right? A little cha-cha necklace. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my next bead from my 2022 Spring Summer bead mix and start making a loop that's about the same size as the first. And I'm just going to gently, to open it, I'm just sort of, I prefer to use my chain nose pliers. I'm just sort of turning that wire loop and opening it away from there so that it can slide onto here. I feel like this needs like a really sweet little charm. I wonder what charms I have in my stash. So I'm just going to hold on to the base. It's really tight on this chain, so it's tricky to get a good hold. But you kind of want to hold on to both sides of your loop if it will let you. Hold on to both sides of your loop and then wrap. And don't worry if it's a little bit of a messy wrap. That's totally okay. In fact, I feel like it makes it look a little nicer. Why is this one just challenging me? Challenging my patience. All right, got it. There we go. So I've got 3 of my 4 colors. You can find this fun chain in foot-long sections on the Softflex website. So when it hangs, I want to make sure I like how it's going to sit. Yeah, kind of like how it bundles up like that. Right. That's cool. Let me look in my little bag of charms over here. I know I have, I do have a lotus left over from the Great Bead Extravaganza Spring Fling Kit. That might be a cute one to add on there. Let's see what else I have in my bag of mystery here. I went through it and tried to just put stuff in here that we have available on the website to make life easier when I'm beading. So I might be able to find something that makes sense with this design. Let me see. Oh, the feathers are cute. Oh, I've got these little heart locks. Those are cute. Grab those out. Kind of into that idea of we went into the city for Mother's Day. We went into San Francisco and they've started doing that love lock thing where they do a padlock on a fence right at the sea lions, which I had never seen before as many times as I've been there. And it kind of damages property, which I don't particularly love, but it's also really cute and really sweet that people love each other so much they want to like lock it in, so I'm a little torn on it, but I took a really pretty picture of the love locks, and those remind me of them. That idea of kind of locking down your love is really great. I've also got some great Green Girl Studios pieces here. I've got like a little stash of them that I've been sitting on. There might be something in here that might call my name. We'll see. These things are back in stock. If you've been looking for those nugget bars that I used in the Great Bead Extravaganza demonstration, they are in stock. You can find them. You know what else I still have left that I haven't used is my vintage piece. What was this from? Rose All Day. I love that piece. I'm kind of tempted to throw that in here. I wonder how it would sit together. Might look kind of cute and then have the love locks on the 2 sides. And do I need some jump rings? I might. Let's just pull those out just in case. All right. You see that? Let's see. I can always make a nice jump ring too. Maybe I'll do that with my craft wire. Then I can make it the size I want it. And what I like about it is it'll match my head pin really nicely. So I'm grabbing out my multi-looping pliers, and then I'm gonna grab out some craft wire. I'm thinking a thicker gauge would be better for what I'm about to do. So I'm just gonna grab what I can. 18 gauge. Let's go for 18 gauge. So this is our Softflex craft wire. It has a copper center. This is silver plated, and then it has a coating over the top that keeps it nice and silver. I'm just gonna go ahead and make a few quick jump rings. Easy peasy. I'm gonna unwrap this a little bit more. So I like to make sure my end is cut really nice and flat. And then I'm going to, I think, make them, I'm going to try this third size here. Because this you can see it's 6 sizes: small, bigger, 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 biggest. So I'm going to do like that third size. And I think the most comfortable way to do it would probably be turning away from me. So I'm going to just make a couple rows. And then I can slide it off. And then I can just cut. You want to go probably one at a time on these because it's 18 gauge. It's pretty thick. You don't want to go too heavy. And I can move that back and forth to kind of work harden it, or I can get out my wire whacker and work harden it as well. And I did cut one side flat and one side's not flat. So if I wanted to, I could go back in and trim that flush as well using my flush cutters. So these cutters will cut nice and flat on this side, but on the other side, it gives you like a beveled end. But if you want those to meet, together as nicely as possible, you probably want a nice straight cut on both. Okay, so I'm going to open her up. Slide my little finding in there. Slide it where I want it on the chain. And it's much easier to do jump rings if you've got 2 chain nose pliers. I, of course, just have one here because I wasn't sure what I was going to be making today. I love to make on the fly, but the bad part of that is that I'm never fully prepared for what I'm going to be making because I don't know. And I actually don't work in the space where I store my jewelry components. I work on an empty table. I bring everything in each week that I'm going to use. There we go. Oh, I'm going to make sure this is going to hang the way I want it to. I feel like this went wrapped around the wrong side. Is that going to make it hang sideways? Because I'm not going to like that. Let's look. Let's look at how it looks flat. Sometimes the way things look when they're sitting up are different than how they look on your body. So I'm going to do this. Let's go over here. Yeah, it seems like a shame to hide that beautiful pendant. And it looks like it's going to just sort of fall behind it. So we're going to keep working on that. I don't think that's the answer that I wanted, but we'll figure it out. So I guess my question for you, all of you out there in Facebook world, do you think you would like it better with the pendant in the center, or would you like it better with the tassel? Which do you prefer, pendant or tassel? And I'll take the first few people that answer. I'll take your answer and work with it. I love the chain too, Susan. Helena says pendant. The pendant's pretty sweet, and I haven't used it yet, which is kind of crazy. Oh, pendant, lots of pendants. Okay. What if I were to hang the tassels up higher? Or do you guys just not like the tassel at all? Because I could go up a loop. If it doesn't feel too busy. Hopefully I don't end up breaking this tassel with my heavy-handed chain nose pliering. Okay. Now we got to get our beads in the right side again. Get it together, beads. All right. Is this going to lay nice now with these big beads? Or do I have to move those as well and just have the pendant be in the center on its own? I feel like these are too big for that. So I'm going to clip those off. We're starting like a whole new project here. We're going to move them up. I think that will work great. So we'll do what we did in the center. We'll move that up a link to here and see how we like it then. So we would have like this here. Let me make sure I have these beads available. And this here. And then if I want to do the love locks, I could even do those higher up. Maybe here. How's that looking to everyone? You think that's a good idea, Catherine? Move the entire little bundle up? Because I liked the bundle together. Tom is saying you need a spacer. Yeah. Oh, okay. Helena's saying beautiful. Okay. I feel like I'm on the right mode now, right? Okay, here we go. We'll keep playing with it. Okay, so now I've got to hook this on here. It's so fun some days, and you know, especially if you're having not a great day, just get your beads out. Just get them out. Start playing. Mess around with it. I'm going to make sure I put it in a good spot. Let me see. I think it's going to naturally sit here. We'll see. Try not to break one of your two tassels that you're planning on using. but have a good time, you know. Enjoy yourself. Beading is supposed to be relaxing and fun. It's a stress reliever in most cases. Maybe not live beading. I don't know if live beading is a stress reliever, but generally speaking, beading can be a really nice stress reliever. Okay, so I'm going to take a head pin. And now we're going to attach again. So drop my little bead on my head pin. I've got every tool known to mankind out over here. And same as before, we're just going to kind of go 2/3 of the way down. And then turn and make a nice little loop that we can attach. I'm going to open it up a little bit. Thanks for being with me here today. We are streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. Wherever you're watching, thank you for being here, being part of our community. So sometimes I'll just hold on to something with the chain just to keep that loop going, and just sometimes it's easier. And then I'll just bring it around. You can also do what I'm doing with my fingers. If you're doing a lot of it, you probably want to get a second pair of chain nose pliers to do that winding. Your fingers will get tired. I don't do a ton of wire work, so I tend to just I have habits of just playing around with it with my fingers. And I think it's, it's fine. But I can definitely see where my fingers might get fatigued if I was doing a ton of it, filling up a whole chain with little baubles. It might become, an issue. So all of these beads, the 3 beads I'm using and the tassel, come in our 2022 spring summer Pantone mix, bead mix. You can find it on sale this week at softluxcompany.com. Use coupon code TG the Great BT Bead Trade TGBT for 25% off of that mix. All right, so I've got my little thing, and then I just slide it right onto that big chain. You can also find the chain on the website. And I'm going to do that same thing. I'm just going to kind of come in and hold that loop and the chain, and then I can wind around my bead. And if you use that coupon code TGBT before the end of Monday, you will be entered to win one of the great bead trade kits that we have left over, which has materials from 9 companies. And there will be 10 presenters opening it and using it on Friday. All right. Woohoo! We got one side done. I'm loving how this looks just like so, what's the word I'm looking for? It looks so just kind of sweet, very like elegant, sweet. Okay, let's open this one up and add that on the other side. And it's hard because this chain is bigger than it looks. You got to really open stuff up to get it to be able to slide on there. And I didn't do a good enough job. It's also tricky because this tassel is, let's see if I can get this to close down over it. The tassel kind of puffs up when you open up the loop. So if you recreate this, you may have to play with it to get that. You'll obviously be able to pull it up to your face, which I think is a lot easier than trying to manipulate it far away from your face like I. It makes it kind of tricky to hold on to. All right. I'm going to have to work on that. I think I'll work on that off camera so that I can get a better loop on it and get it connected better. But for now, we're just going to leave it and connect around it. And head pin. Yeah, I got partnered. I got to pick partners to tell the truth. And I partnered myself with Cynthia. And it wasn't that I chose like really chose Cynthia. I love Cynthia, but it's, just sort of the way the partners worked out because there were requests for certain times and certain people wanted to be partnered together. But I was really excited when I realized I got to work with Cynthia from Green Girl Studio because am just so inspired by her work, and I really enjoy her personality. I think she's hilarious, and I just think it's going to be like a really fun. It's going to be a really fun partnership. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if Kristen put the schedule for the Great Bead Trade up on our graphics, but I will take a look at the end because I honestly don't even know what time it starts. I made the schedule and it's sometime Friday morning. But I get to kick it off too. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then I get to sit back and relax and see what everybody else ends up making. Okay. Quit flipping on me, please, Jane. Cut me some slack here. Okay, one more, and then we'll see where we're at if we want to add something else. And then what do we do on the back end? Do we do a nice piece of soft flex? Do we do some beads? Do I want to add something to the small loops? I don't know. These are all questions that I have to answer still, right? So last one. I love this bead. It's almost like a moonstone color, has kind of a little bit of a rainbow shimmer to it. That's really, really pretty. All right. Let's open it up and slide her on. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's hang it up and see how it looks like hanging, because you never know what something is like till you kind of see it. I'm liking that. I feel like if I'm going to do a longer length, which I think I would, maybe I like it shorter. What do you guys think? Do you think it would be better longer and then have some soft flex going up the back end? Let me move this out of the way. Have it be longer and then some soft flex running up the back end, or do you think a shorter length makes more sense? Short or long? Comment and let me know. I'm liking how it's looking. I'm kind of thinking longer. I don't know. One vote for short. Oh, okay. You like it more up here, maybe? That looks pretty. Short. So I might hang one more thing there to add something to it. Oh, Gail, you're the only long. Oh, Catherine said both. So you're in good. It looks like a lot of shorts. Okay, we're going to go with short. All right. It's a choose your own bead adventure today. You guys are going to help me choose my adventure. Okay, so I do think I'm going to do the locks up here and then maybe one more bead. Let's move some of this stuff out of my way. So I'm thinking these little locks would be cute. And then, oh, what one bead would I want to do? I could do like that bead could be cute. Or maybe 2 beads. Maybe I'll do one on each side again. I don't know. I don't really like the silver. I have this one too I could do. But is that going to make the lock lay funny again? And then I'm going to be annoyed, or will I not care? That's always kind of the question. The question of the day. How annoyed will I be? How annoyed will I be, and can I manage it or not? Okay, so I know where these locks are going. So I'm going to go ahead and work harden my jump ring a little bit and then lock that into place. Because I know I'm doing that. Okay. And same with this side. Lock it in place over here. Shorter for the win. Yeah, I was trying to read a comment and do this at the same time, which is about as good of an idea as. Okay. There we go. All right. We've got our tassels. We've got our nice locks. Now we just have to decide on the bead. I might just do this little bead here on top. Let's start with that. I feel like this bigger bead is going to cause me a problem with the heart, and I'm going to feel annoyed about it. I could also click my bead to the jump ring, but I think I'm going to put it next to it. I think that'll be okay. But we'll find out, won't we? We'll try it, and if it doesn't work, what do? We just switch it up. That's kind of the way it goes. That's how it goes for all of you out there too when you're designing, right? I do have this bag of beads. This was, oh, what did we call this? Like a rainy day mix, spring rain mix maybe. And there's some really beautiful stuff in there too that I could see looking nice with this color range that I'm working in. So this is also from the 2022 spring summer bead mix, and it's really nice and light, which is good. And I'm going to do the same thing I was doing before. Make my little ring. Open it up a little bit. And I think I'm going to put it on the top part here. You can flip it around if it's just these 2 beads. So if you don't like it on the end, you can always flip it to the other side. I always kind of tuck in that tail just so it doesn't get caught on anything. I don't know, if you're wearing a sweater, it's kind of annoying when your wire wrapped bead gets caught on something. Okay. On that side, let's come over here. And grab this bead. You know, it would be really pretty down here too would be any of those vintage pendants. I had kind of nabbed those out because I wasn't sure what I was going to make today. But you could see, like, after you paint this, having that little rainbow piece at the bottom would be really cool, or this big pendant. I know some of you nabbed this when they were available. This style isn't available anymore, but we have other styles that would work really well too on the Softflex Company website. And then we have a rainbow color palette of ultimate paint that you can paint them with. And yeah, I could see like that one being really fun down there in front with the dragonfly, or just some color there would be nice. You do have to add a little weight on these because they are wood. They're very light. So you'd have to think about that and like make sure you have the right weight that it's going to pull down in the center and not where these bigger beads are. So, but could be really fun. Okay. I am going to hold on to my ring and wrap. And you want to get in as good as you can, but then you can always tuck in that tail, remember, with your chain nose plier. Oh, good. Catherine says she thinks it would be really pretty. Okay, let me get myself sorted here, and we'll take another look. You guys are like my unofficial mirror today. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Once you get this thing set up, it just... Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going, Not my favorite thing, but once you get it set, I don't think you'll have to worry about it getting so wound up. But maybe you will. That's the part of jewelry design, you know. Not only are things, do they need to look good, but they need to be functional and they need to make sense that someone can wear it and feel comfortable and not have any issues. There we go. I think that's making sense. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go, we decided on shorter. So I'm going to do some soft flex up the back end. I feel like I could use like a lobster claw to just attach right to this ring. So I could maybe like, I don't know, take a couple colors and braid up the back and then do a lobster claw. Let's try it. See what happens. Since I've got a whole trio here of colors, I could take all three of these and let me get a appropriate clasp. Yeah, I'm thinking I can just take my attach on one end and then just attach on that end. So let's think about how we want to do our 3 wires. So I think I could do, let me see if I have my mighty crimpers with me. That might be the quickest and easiest way to do it. I do. Look at that. Every once in a while, I do have what I need when I least expect it. Oh, Catherine has a question. Let's see. Catherine said, I have a question. Do you guys have those ball headbands on the website? We do. Yeah, at least we did. I assume we still do. You do get them. When you get them, they can be a little wonky. So it is nice to have a pair of those nylon jaw pliers around that you can just kind of smooth it out and use them. They're quite lovely. Really nice little head pins. I'm pretty sure we have those on the website. They're one of the things I had found in one of my many times digging around at the Softflex warehouse. I had located them and they had been discarded as being too wobbly. They look like this. And I was like, what are you talking about? These are fantastic. You just need to straighten them real quickly, you know? So I hate to see things go to waste. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 strands in 3 colors. And I don't need a whole lot to do that back end. But I'm going to overdo it because I don't want to have too little. So I'm using our Softflex beading wire from our 2022 Spring Summer Quad, which you can get 25% off on in that category that I've been talking about using coupon code TGBT. I will have it down by Friday, I promise you. TGBT. And I am just measuring the same length in all 3 colors. I'll tell you what length it is here in a minute. And then we can kind of see how much extra I end up with, and you can decide if you're making something similar, how much wire you would need to use. So let me get my measuring tape here. I am using, I have about 22 inches in every color. And again, that's probably overkill. I'm going to guess that's overkill. I wonder if all 3 of these will fit through this lobster. Well, let me get a crimp first. Okay, so I'm going to use a Mighty crimp today, which is a 3x3 crimp. So they're quite a bit larger than our regular 2x2. So for size comparison, what you would normally see me using if you watch me regularly is a 2x2, which is that one there. And that's what you would use with like a magical crimper or a regular crimping plier. If you're doing just 1 strand or maybe 2 strands of Softflex, that is more than big enough to handle it. Once you get up to 3 strands, it can be a little trickier to get so many strands through, especially if you have to go back in. And so I'm going to end up using this 3x3. And I'm just going to string all 3 wires. And then hopefully they'll all fit through this lobster. Oh, look at that. Lucky day. And then I can go back in. I know those 2x2s look like little babies, don't they, Marisol? Marisol said, oh, the 2x2s look so tiny. So you sell the crimps in that cute box. I wish I did. That would be a great idea. I don't. Yes, I understood you. Yes, I wish I did. We don't sell them like that. We have them in individual packages in counts of like 20 and 50, and you buy them in whatever metal tone or size you're looking for. So I've got my wires all running through there. I'm going to grab my magical, not magical, but Mighty crimpers. And these are just like a pair of regular crimping pliers, but they have 2 bigger slots than your regular crimping pliers. The front one is just totally round, and then the back one has a little tooth. We're going to use that little tooth first. Let me get in here, and we're going to create a little dent in our crimp tube. And then we flip it on its side into the rounder and round it in. And we're just going to kind of go around making sure it's all nice and tight. You'll also notice I left these loops fairly big so that this has room to move around and feels comfortable and isn't going to cause me a lot of headaches with it being, too tight. Having things that are too tight often creates a problem in jewelry. You don't want it to be too tight. Go ahead and cut off those extra little wires. And then I'm going to go ahead and just braid these 4 wires together. So first, let me get them untangled. And this is just like you would braid someone's hair. In fact, my hair is braided today. So it's the perfect design for me. And you can add beads if you want to. If you have some little seed beads, you could add a couple seed beads and then make a braid. Add a couple seed beads, make a braid. You can do just the wire. You can do one color of wire. If you wanted to just do all tanzanite or all bone or all fluorite, you could do that too. It's kind of fun to see the wire colors mixed together. They really, especially if they're in like a trio or a quad together, they usually mix really in such a lovely way. Oh, let's see what Marisol is suggesting. Came in a nice mini Ziploc bag with a little company card. Sometimes I forget when the product comes from, and the card is perfect. Oh, yes. We do have a little card in there. That's right. Yep, little mini 2x2 inch bags. And that does help. And Softflex crimps are thicker and stronger than most on the market. They're very, very solid, seamless crimps. So solid tubing, no seam, which is often a problem in crimp tubes. When you're making cheap crimp tubes, it's cost effective to make them in a rolled version, which leaves a seam. When you go to compress it with the crimping plier, that seam can break open. So we make very good quality crimp tubes and are very proud of our crimp tubes. All right. I feel like this is going to be a fun design to photograph. Such pretty colors. Hopefully I can get it to lay correctly. Sometimes that's the tricky part. And I think I'm probably getting close, but I want to keep going. Thank you, Catherine. Catherine said, I'm really loving this necklace you're making. Thank you so much. Jessica is asking, Jessica said, sorry, I missed it. Did you use a size 3 crimp? I used a 3x3 millimeter crimp tube, and that would allow me to do all 3 strands through at once into the clasp and then back in again. So there's essentially 6 strands running through that 3x3 millimeter crimp tube. So you'll notice this chain is like naturally a little oxidized. It's kind of perfect with this vintage piece, to tell you the truth. And it even looks nice with like the antique silver tier cast. But you can also cut this chain up and use the individual pieces. So I think I cut one piece off. You can use it just as a connecting loop or a pendant or a centerpiece, or make a big earring with a bead in the center. There's lots of stuff you can do. One of the reasons why Kristen and I had chosen this particular chain was the idea that you could cut it up and make components too. which is something she and I both really enjoy doing. Okay, let me see where we're at for length. I'm a trier honor. I always like to see where things are kind of fitting. I'm going to go just a little bit further so that I can see that wire just a tiny bit more in the front. What are you guys thinking of those wire colors braided together? Isn't that a really pretty set of colors? Thomas is noting that our wire is so flexible. You can braid it or macrame with it. You can knot with it. It's pretty fantastic. You can kumihimo braid with it. You can knit with it. You can crochet with it. I know. So many different things. Becky says, I love those as a centerpiece on the necklace. Yeah. I like how that turned out too. Okay, this is probably enough. So I'm going to take all 3 of my strands. You can see I have quite a bit of wire left over. I think we started with 22 inches. I'm going to grab another one of my 3x3 crimp tubes. Hold on, I'm having a little computer situation here. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm bringing it down to where I knitted. Now I just want to kind of straighten things out, make sure I'm connecting at a good spot. And I'm just going to take all 3 wires, string them through that end loop. And then in this case, I'll probably just take 1 wire at a time, whatever's closest. This minty green. I love our fluorite. It's like a sage green. It's so pretty. And bone. Bone is also a really fantastic color because it goes with just like almost anything. I used to kind of ignore bone. So I was like, oh, it's kind of a boring color, you know, just like a cream. But I have come to really love it because it's so neutral. It's not so stark like white. You know, so it just blends a little bit more easily, which is really lovely. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and crimp that the same way I did last time. And I'm just going to go around it, kind of tightening it down, making sure it's cinched into that nylon coating on all sides. Oop. All right, everyone's still there? Did my screen come back on? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I had a phone call coming in. Okay. And there we go. I can't show this on one screen. It's too voluminous. It just is it's too much volume for one space. Let me see what I can do. We'll just do it like this. There we go. Oh, I'm going to take a really nice picture of it on a bust. because I think it's one of those designs that needs to be hung up to like really see how fantastic it's looking. I still need to go back in and work on this tassel too, to make sure that that's sitting properly and the way that I want it to. So I will work on that too and get it together here. I don't know why this is. It's like one of those games you get as a kid where it's like you have to unhook the nails from each other every 3 minutes, try to figure out how does this unhook again. We'll see if it's functional enough to last the test of time, but it certainly is cute. And I think it'll be fun to get a nice photo of it, and then I'll post that for you guys. Yeah, you can see it on. That's a good idea. Let's try to straighten it out here. Things always look better on, don't they? I always think so. Okay, so I've got my lobster claw. Let that drop. Everything's backwards on StreamYard. So you have to like, oh, which way does it go? Oh yeah, it goes this way. Cute. I love it. I think it's so cute. Let me just untangle. Is this tangled up here? Yeah, it is. It's like, what is going on? I think I untangled it to tangle it. This one, I just pushed it through the loop 2 minutes ago, and I think I tangled it more. There we go. We got it. Very cute, very pretty. It's a very nice like spring look. These little flowers up here, I think make it look really fun and springy. Lots of love. I've been thinking a lot about peace and love these last few weeks, especially and last few months with everything going on in the world. So we can all always use a little bit more peace and love. It actually kind of matches my my shirt today. I might have to just leave it on. Keep it. I make a little necklace. There we go. A little necklace layering here. Thanks, Gail. I see Gail on YouTube says that it looks great. And Jessica's saying it's super fun and pretty. And Kristen's saying it looks fun. Thank you so much. You could actually, even if you still have your pendant from this kit, you can paint these with the Ultimate Paints. It's a vintage pendant. So you could totally paint that. Oh, thank you, everybody. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate all those very nice compliments. So thank you for being here with me today. I hope to see you on Friday. Oh, I was going to look and see, Kristen, did you put the bead trade schedule in here? No. Kristen's more fancy than I am. So because she's a graphic designer, so sometimes she'll put things into the overlay category that I normally wouldn't. I see Thomas just posted the schedule. Thank you for that, Thomas. You can go here to see the great Bead Extravaganza bead trade schedule. It starts Friday morning. I will be on with Cynthia from Green Girl Studios. We're going to open up this really fabulous bag. It says, side by side or miles apart, friends are always close at heart. I picked it. I love all my bead extravaganza friends. And we're going to open up a kit of items that will have things from Miele and Christy Friesen and Softlex Company, Tierra Cast, Green Girl Studios, Allegory Galleries, Stars Clasps and Beads, Jamie Yoshida at the Bead Gallery. So it's going to have a lot of really great things. And we're going to all be making with the same kit. So you're going to see 10 designs from this kit. And they'll all be unique and different to that designer. It's going to be a lot of fun. So tune in. We'll be doing it in pairs. Miss Kristen will be paired with Christy Friesen, and Nile is paired with Jill McKay, and who else do we have? Tracy and Kay from Stars Beads, who always makes like 6 pieces of jewelry in an hour. She'll be making with it, and she'll probably have a ton of cool ideas. And then everything in the bag, the ideas, you can go buy it. All of the pieces and parts. So if you see a part you really want and you want to explore using it, you'll be able to go purchase it. And all of the exhibitors will have some sort of deal running this weekend. I don't know. She's faster than me. She's really good. I think we were paired last time, and Kay made 4 designs while I made just 1. It's like, how did she do that? And I'm a fast designer, so I was really shocked. She and I are going to have a design off one of these days and see who can make the most designs in a certain period of time. would be very tricky with her, especially. It would be a real challenge. Yes, her slogan is done before dinner. She does everything very, very quickly, which I totally enjoy as well. I think we're both moms of young kids, and that may have something to do with it, because I can't leave something just sitting around to do later. I've got to get it done, and then I got to go make dinner for those kids. So I totally feel her. Thanks for being here today. You can shop on our website now at softluxcompany.com. Use that coupon code TGBT, and you'll get 25% off on our Pantone category. And you get entered to win one of 4 of these kits. We have 4 extras, and they're pretty fantastic. There's lots of beads and silver silk and findings. It's going to be really cool. Wire, everything you need to make jewelry, just like the 10 designers that'll be using it on Friday. So you definitely want to enter to win. And you'll be able to enter with all of the presenters over the weekend. Everyone will have their own deal, and they'll be tracking their customers. So if you shop from Allegory Gallery, or you shop from Stars Beads, or you shop from Christy Friesen, those are all chances to win the kit. So if you shop 4 places, you have 4 chances to win. If you shop 1 place, you get 1 chance to win. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, I'll talk to all of you later. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Make sure you shop the live sale too by Thursday night at midnight. It closes at midnight. All right. Bye, everybody.